Hi guys, I'm Katie from The Queen Stitch, and together with Love Crafts, today I'm going to show you how to make a summer halter top. In this video, we're going to be covering the chain stitch and the half double crochet. We're going to be using American terminology, and you'll need paint box yarn in cotton DK, a 4mm hook, and if you'd like, little scissors and a measuring tape. Let's get started. So I'm using scrap yarn from my collection. You'll need 1.5 skeins of your main color at least, and about a half a skein of your contrast color. So let's get it started. We're gonna start off with a slip knot. For a slow-mo slip knot, you can go see the Crochet for Absolute Beginners. It'll be even closer up. So we're gonna slip knot, and then we're gonna chain 78. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll meet you at the end. 75, 76, 77, 78. So always chain one more stitch than the actual stitch count of the rows so that that first corner is extra clean. So we want a stitch count of 77, so you've chained 78, and then we're gonna loop our yarn, and we're actually gonna work in that second loop away from the hook. So then we go in with our HDC. That's your first stitch. And then you're gonna HDC 77. It's important for this to be odd because we're working a point in the center of the top, and we don't want a wonky point. So 1, 2. This top is entirely chain stitch and half double crochet. So you'll have a lot of chances to practice both of these stitches in this top. So I'll meet you at the end of this row. So we've got 3 stitches left. 76, 77. So at the end, you're just gonna chain 1 and turn. And we're gonna work 77 back. So you'll have 2 straight rows. For this straight edge part of the top, you can add as many rows as you want, depending on how long you want your top to be. For people with smaller chests, I would say you want at least 4 inches, and you can go longer than that. If you have a bigger bust, I would do at least 8 inches and continue up from that, because this straight part will be under the bust, and so you're going to need that extra length. So using our gauge, if we wanted to have at least, let's say 6 inches, it would be 6 times 4, so 24 rows. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm saying that this is our flat section. So whenever you have as many rows as you'd like, we're going to start the decrease section. So to do that, after we've chained 1 and turned, we're going to skip the first stitch. So I'm just skipping over it. So we have our first skipped stitch, and we're starting in the second. And then we're going to HDC, or half double crochet, to 34. So I count that skip stitch so that I make sure that when I'm in the center for that point. So we've done 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 33, and 34. So you'll remember we started with 77, so 35 is our midpoint. Obviously, if you used a different stitch count, make sure that you're HDCing up until the midpoint of your top. So at that midpoint, all we do is we chain 1, skipping over that middle stitch, and then HDC, or half double crochet, until 2 stitches to the end, and I'll meet you there. So we're 2 stitches from the end, and in order to decrease on the other side as well, we're gonna skip over the second to last stitch and work our half double crochet in the very last stitch. chain one and turn. In this way, we'll be having the decreases come from both sides up to a point. That'll make room for your arms. So this row is almost exactly the same as the row we just did. So we have our chain 1 and we're skipping our first stitch and working HDC into that second stitch. This continues the decrease this way. So you work along in HDC until you get close to that chain stitch in the middle, and I'll show you what we do when we get there. So now that we are getting back to our midpoint of 39, not 35, because half of 77 is not 35, I'll show you what we're gonna do. So if you look closely at the stitches, you can see that this is our chain stitch. And so we're working in the stitch right before it, our last HDC, and then we're going to chain 2. 1, 2, and then we're putting our next stitch right in the top of that stitch next to the chain. So you can see you have your first chain and then your double chain. And we're gonna be working in this pattern outwards. So in the next row, you're gonna be chaining 3. And in the next row, you're gonna be chaining 4. And you'll go up in succession like that. And it looks cool because your point goes outward while the sides are going inward. And you work up until you have a full chain row across. So let's keep going. We're gonna work these HDCs up until we have 2 stitches left. And I hope you can guess what's gonna happen, because it's the exact same every row until the end of the top. So now that we have 2 stitches left, again, you're gonna skip that second to last stitch and work your HDC in the very last stitch. Like so. And again, this keeps the decrease going inwards. So you chain 1 and you turn. So for this row, you're going to skip the first stitch, HDC across till the chain, and then you're going to chain 3, working your stitch into that next stitch over here. You're gonna HDC across to the last 2 stitches. You're gonna skip the second to last stitch, HDC in the last stitch, chain 1 and turn. So this top is gonna be worked inwards from the sides at the same time as the chain is expanding outwards. If you need a better view, you can feel free to rewind back to when we zoomed in for the chain triangle, just so that you make sure you're not missing anything. But you should be working with your counts so that it's equidistant every row. So I'm gonna continue to keep going, and then we'll meet when we're at the end with that chain row. So this is what your V becomes, which is really nice in the summer because it gives you some breathing room. Ah, look at that. So much breathing room. And you can see that every row, it's 1 more chain, while the sides continue to decrease. Then we end up here. I cut mine off early because I sort of liked the extra sides, but you can continue to go up all the way. So now that we finished our base, you can see it here, it's time to do the straps. There'll be 2 sets of straps for this top. We're gonna have smaller halter straps for the shoulders, and then we're gonna have thicker straps for the waist. So I like to use a contrast color for my straps just for a bit of intrigue. So I'm going to be using one of my all-time favorite paint box colors, which is this blush pink. Look at that, so pretty. Reminds me of bubblegum, but that shouldn't be confused with bubblegum pink, which is another paint box color, which I'm not using. So the halter straps, are gonna be about a chain 50 from each of these corners. But you can try it on yourself while you're doing this, just to make sure that they're not too long or too short. If you want it to sit lower on your chest, then make them longer. If you want a high up on your like collarbone area, then do that. So chain stitch is pretty easy. We've covered it in videos before, but all you do is attach it, leave an end long enough to weave in behind your top. I might even do a little bit longer normally. And then you're just going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm not going to count you the whole way because I trust you. But I'll meet you at the end once we've done 50. How about that? Okay, so at the end of your chain, this is a really hard part. I'm kidding, don't worry. All you're going to do is snip and pull through. If you'd like, you can knot the end of your strap just for a little bit more of a better hold, just like that. And then you can snip the end, just like that. Strap 1 is done. Not too bad, right? We're gonna do that same thing on the other corner. Don't worry about the ends for now, we'll weave them in at the end. So we're gonna take our yarn again. I slip knot before I tie on, but you can tie on however you like. Get back in that corner on the other side. Boop. And then we're just gonna do that chain again. If you'd like a little bit more support for your top, you can feel free to single chain back down these chain stitches for a thicker strap. So we're just doing our chain stitches. And you're gonna go for 50 on this side as well. I'll meet you at the end. And again, just a snip, unless you'd like to have thicker straps, in which case you just chain 1 and single chain back down. Oh, let's knot this so we don't look like we're disheveled with one strap being knotted and the other one not. All right, so easy peasy, we have our 2 halter straps. Let's make them into a little heart. Oh, perfect. Let's start the next straps. You're gonna turn your top on your side, and depending on how long you made the base of your top, you're going to start at the top of the flat section. So if you made your bralette a little bit longer, you're gonna do the top edge. And I normally do about, what is this? 4 to 6 rows long. So it's about 2 inches in width. So we're gonna tie on with our contrast color again, like so. And I'm going to start at the top of my flat edge because this is quite a short bralette. But again, start right at the corner that you start when you do your decreases. So I'm gonna tie into the corner, and it will be 1 half double crochet for each row. So if I'm starting 8 rows up, I should have 8 HDC. So I've got my first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can see the beginning of your strap. Then you're gonna chain 1, and you're gonna flip the whole guy over. And we're gonna be working up from here. So just HDC across, 6 or 8, depending on how thick you'd like this strap to be. And you're gonna make it about 2 to 3 inches long, depending again on how long you'd like your straps to be. That's what I really like about this top. It's really versatile. You can make a lot of different variations of it. I've done this in several different colors. I've actually never done it in just one color, so you guys will have to tag me on Instagram if you're just gonna go all neutral. I need to see it. So I'm just going across. It'll be about, 8 to 10 rows or so with your 4mm hook. Now we're going to do the thinner part of the strap. So once you've gotten this thicker part, which I think provides more support around your waist, then you're going to slip stitch 4. So just slip stitch 1, 2, 3, 4. So you should be at the middle of this part here. And then you're gonna chain 40 to 50. If you'd like to have longer straps so that they hang down your back, you should chain even more than that. All right, so once we've gotten to the end of the chain, we're gonna actually go back so that we do provide that extra support. So in the second loop from your hook, I'm gonna HDC. So then I'm gonna loop and HDC. I like the way the stitches look. But you can single crochet, you can double crochet if you want an even thicker version. Really, the world is your oyster. Really seafood themed tutorial today here. We're heading back. And be sure during this part that you don't twist your chain. We don't want it to get all higgledy-piggledy. So when we get to the end here, you're going to slip stitch into that 5th stitch over here. So slip stitch to finish, and then slip stitch 1, 2, 3. And then you're gonna tie off and cut your end. And there you have it. So take the time to weave in your ends, and then you should be good to go. And we're gonna do that exact same thing on the other side. And voila. The base of your top is now done. All we need to do is weave in all of these ends. So to do that, you're gonna take your hook and you're just gonna loop it under a few of these guys on the back, and then you're gonna pull through. Pull through a couple more. You can tie them down if you want. Like that. Just makes it so it doesn't like slip through while you're wearing it. And then you can snip. And I'm gonna do that to all of the other ends on this piece. And then I'll see you when I'm done, when we have nice clean garments without all of these little fuzzums. And voila. Now that you're done, you can see how nice the contrast looks against the base color, and how nice it'll look when it's tied around your waist in the back with those little, oh, I've missed one. Ah. Now it'll look nice, now that it's all lovely and you can tie it, and these stretch a lot. I can tell you that from previous experience. So don't worry if it looks a little bit short. And this is a really great base top for all sorts of scraps. Again, I've done top stitching palm trees on this. I've done applique shrimp. So don't be afraid to experiment, and don't be afraid to use those scraps that you've been saving. I hope you enjoyed this video on how to make your very own summer halter top. If you enjoyed yourself, I hope that you subscribe to Lovecraft's YouTube channel, where you have so many other crafty videos available to you. And I'll see you later.